Good morning, students. So, in the last chapter, we had discussed about different database terminologies. Okay. So we had discussed about relation, that is table, and then domain means place from where pool of data is extracted, and then we had discussed about tuple. Tuple means single row of a relation, and then we had discussed about attribute. Attribute means single column of a relation. Then cardinality means number of rows present in the table excluding the header row. Okay, so keep in mind excluding the header row. And afterwards we had discussed about degree means number of columns present in the table. And then we had discussed about view is an imaginary table created by database itself in order to provide security to the database, so that whenever we are using select query, the data is always accessed from view table. It means our original table is not disturbed or it is not modified whenever select query is used, because data is always accessed from view table. So in order to provide security to the data, view table is given, and the view table is created by database itself. But options are there, you can commands are there, so you can also create view table by yourself, and the syntax for that, create view name. Okay, so you can apply those particular syntax in order to create view table by your own self. Then afterwards we had discussed about primary key. Primary key, basically it is the main key attribute, and it is always unique and not null, and in a particular database we can have more than one primary key, but that depends. Sorry. Then we have candidate key. Candidate key, it is unique in nature. It can act as primary key wherever it is required, but whenever candidate key is going to be used as primary key, it should be not null, because primary key is always not null. Then we have discussed about alternate key. Alternate key, basically you can say that it is non-attribute key, just like a candidate key, but it can never act as primary key. Okay, because it may not be unique. Just if we take an example, employee ID, we are having employee ID, then employee name, middle name, last name, address, and so on. Then employee ID is primary key, and whereas middle name, last name, address, and these are alternate keys, because these can never be considered as primary key. Okay, so this is for the alternate key. And then we had discussed about foreign key. Foreign key, basically it takes data from primary key. Okay, so concept says that it takes data from primary key. It means suppose if we take example, suppose we are having two tables, a master table and dependent table. Then master table is having primary key, and dependent table is having foreign key. Means one non-attribute key is there in the dependent table, and basically both the fields, means primary key and which one is another one which is present in dependent table, both should have same name, same data type. And now that particular field of dependent table, its accesses data from primary key of master table. So both of them are having same data. Okay, but uh, uh, the field of dependent table that is present outside of our primary key table, that's why it is known as foreign. Okay, so foreign keys are of utmost importance, and it is used for many purposes, like just for joins and to access the records and to combine the data. And the data of foreign key can be repeated, but data of primary key cannot be repeated. So all such things you have to keep in your mind, make it clear. Okay, afterwards we had discussed about referential integrity. Referential integrity, basically it means it is a concept which is used while creating the foreign key, and three rules are there for the referential integrity. First one, data cannot be inserted directly to the foreign key. It should be inserted to the primary key first of all. Second one, that primary key cannot be modified or updated, as there is interrelated data in the foreign key. And third one, primary key cannot be changed or deleted. So there are these three rules with the differential integrity, and if these three rules are not followed, then it violation of primary key constraint arises. Okay. So now today we will start with different command categories of MySQL. So we will discuss about the different how many command categories are there in the MySQL or in SQL, you can say that. Okay, so we'll discuss about those, and uh, so so we are having different command categories, and in those command categories, first of all we are having DDL. DDL means data definition language. Okay, so here as the name suggests, data definition language, basically we are using DDL command in order to define the table, in order to define the structure of table. So whenever it is required to create a structure of table, that is columns, whenever we are going to define the columns, we are going to use DDL command category. Okay, so DDL is used to define the structure of table. Make it clear. So DDL command, basically it is used to define the structure of table, and whenever we are saying structure of table, that is column, means it includes what data types we are going to use for the columns, what will be the structure of that particular column, and what will be the size of that particular column, and how we are going to define a table. For that we are having DDL command category, and in this command category we are having create, alter, drop, truncate, rename. Okay, once again I want to just tell you the names of the commands: create, alter, drop, truncate, rename. Okay, and desk command also. Basically these commands belongs to DDL category. Means these commands are used to define the structure of table. Clear?